Good morning, Klara, Adalena, the Love for Life Academy. We're heading on to Valentine. Did you think about that yet? Valentine coming up. So I want to speak more about that, and I have a specific topic on how to bring your awesomeness to dating. But give me a moment to set myself up here correctly. Clicking through a few screens. There it is. Nearing Valentine. Why is Valentine 14th of February? Now, I don't know why it is exactly 14th of February. Maybe that is not the most important. What is important is it's the time of the year. This is the time of the year when the juices in the trees start flowing again. After the winter here in the Northern Hemisphere. And this is a bit old time, right? Nowadays, the juices start earlier again because it's becoming so warm. But traditionally, after a colder winter, when the winter was still cold, 14th of February, in the trees already the juices started to flow again. You couldn't see it outside, but you felt it. And people used to go up to the trees and make those incisions and actually harvest some of those juices. And that's where the maple syrup comes from. It's the same in our hearts. Right after the cold winter, when it's still cold, already that heart starts to flow. Now, what do you think is the best time to go out and date? When the juices start to flow, right? So that is why this is such a powerful time and why we are encouraging each other, reminding each other, celebrating. This is the time of the year. Hearts are opening, connections are made easily. So use this opportunity, right? If you're within a relationship and you're wanting to give new life to it, if you're not in a relationship and you want to have that kind of life, this is a great opportunity. And I know commercialism, how do you call that, has been abusing Valentine, Christmas, Easter, everything, women, nature. But that doesn't mean that there isn't something really going on here. So what is it that I want to give you? First of all, connect to that juice, to that heart, to that quickening of pace that is going on right now. And give me a hello, by the way, when you're here. It's always good to know who is with me on these calls. I see it, right, in the women in my group who are working with me, who have worked with me. Their lives are changing so rapidly now. So join into that flow. Valentine is powerful. And being on this life is one thing, right, that you can do for yourself to really reconnect to my desire. I want love. I want a relationship. To not let that just go by. Oh, I'm too busy. I'm too tired. Need to go on holiday. First things first. If you don't prioritize this, nobody will. Actually, I remembered, a memory came by yesterday. I was skating the Elfstedentocht, our big thing here in Holland. And again, it was part of colder winters, but we would skate 220 kilometers, a whole circle through Friesland, where we have a lot of lakes. I did it once. It's an amazing endurance test. And I remember there was a moment, it was already night, I was tired, and there was a situation I needed to pee so desperately. There was no place I could do it on the side. Everything was too open. We came to some houses. I rang the doorbell. They allowed me in, use their toilet. They saw how exhausted I was, and they said, just sit here a moment and relax. I said, oh, thank you. But then after some time, I realized, they were watching TV, watching the Elfstedentocht. I wanted to finish. If I wasn't going to say, hey, I want to finish. I want to get up. I want to get going again. Nothing would happen. I would have sat there until past midnight when you couldn't finish anymore, because they were not engaged in me wanting to finish. They were just seeing a tired woman. I was feeling a woman on a mission. So it was such a clear moment. If I don't get up out there and get moving, nothing is going to happen. Same in your love life. If you're not going to get out there, reconnect to your desire for love, and make the steps, nothing is going to happen. Now, I was doing pretty well that skating tour, so it wasn't so difficult for me. I mean, I was tired, but that was all right. I was doing awesome, and I did finish in time. I know if you've been dating and you feel like it's not been working, I've just had setback after setback after setback, then it can be pretty hard to start moving forward again. So that's a great time to get some help. Because the same holds true. If you don't do it, if you don't reconnect to that desire, it's not going to happen. Can't make anything else from it, right? We all know it. But we allow these excuses to run our life because we think it's hard. Well, that's the time. Get help. GATHELP. Get help, right? That's what help is for. That's what I'm here for. And just had a call again, right, with those amazing women in my program. And everybody's so excited about the group and the sisterhood and the program and feeling how they're moving forward and they're hopeful and it's happening. Being with men that they feel they have a future with, it's awesome because of getting help. But there was one thing more I wanted to say today, and that was the importance of being centered. Now, when I say it that way, it's obvious, but it's also trivial. What do I mean? I mean is that in love, we get our buttons pushed over and over and over, right? That's the truth. That's a secret. That's why some of us don't want to risk it, right? I don't want my buttons pushed all the time. No, and that's where it becomes important. Intimacy means having your buttons pushed. He comes too close. He comes close, but then he draws back. He smells of tobacco. I wouldn't do that, by the way. For me, that's a no-go. But, maybe for you, it's not a no-go, but it's uncomfortable. Or what are those things? He works late all the time. We had an appointment for this weekend and he canceled at the last moment. So many things will trigger us. Sometimes because it's not enough, sometimes because it's too much. He just wants to touch me all the time. He just wants to see me all the time. And already we have our judgments already, right? He is symbiotic. He is blah, blah, blah. But when we want to see him all the time, we think, where is he? Right? So that's kind of funny always. But the truth is he will push your buttons, anybody who comes close. I remember when I just had my dog, right? He pushed my buttons. Nothing he could do about it. He just needed to get walked every day. And then I was trying to run, and every time he was before my feet, and I would almost be falling over him. Yeah, pushing my buttons. I mean, he was just trying to do his best, right? He wanted to keep up with me. It's really so funny. We can laugh about it unless it's our partner and we have all these expectations that it would be perfect. And unless when we have our buttons pushed, we really get thrown off track. We can't work anymore. We can't think anymore. We can't enjoy our friends anymore because we have too many buttons pushed and we're in this hyper state all the time. Ooh. So then the problem is not getting your buttons pushed. The problem is you cannot deal with that. And that's what I want to address today. Because people, when they talk about dating, they focus on all the wrong things. What to say on a first date, what to text, what not to text. I tell you that knowledge is inside of you. but you're blocking it because you're afraid that you will get your buttons pushed, maybe. But for the women for whom that is an issue, that is what's holding you back. That's what making you text exactly the wrong things, or text at the wrong moments, or grasp too much or grasp too little, right? So that's the level where we can make really, really change. If you just learn the right texts to send him, maybe he will come close and he will start pushing your buttons, and then you can work for half a year. And then you don't date for 6 years, right? Just because you knew what to text. So I want to address this at a deeper level, more real level, where things are really happening. What we want is to get you being able to have buttons pushed, to be touched, and yet stay yourself, stay on course. That's what we are talking about. And it isn't hard, really. But what it does ask is that we don't, hey, Michelle, good to have you here. It does ask that we don't focus too much on all those buttons and being pushed or not, but that we redirect our focus to our center, that we are in mutuality with our core, with our essence as women, our feminine essence. Do we spend more time being in mutuality with our friends, the people on the dating app, or do we actually spend time being in mutuality with our feminine, juicy essence? That's a choice. And when you do this last, then, it's like waves on the ocean. I am the ocean. Yeah, there's some waves coming. There's some buttons pushed. It's fun. It's frustrating. It's everything at the same time. But I am not going anywhere with it. That's the position where you can really meet new people and allow people into your life, into your intimate circle in a very beautiful, powerful way. And actually, it's so attractive. It's so juicy, right? Somebody who really has both this untouchable and yet is very approachable. When you have that both, that's enigmatic, that's So this is an important secret now before Valentine. And if it brings up questions, feel free to chat it right now to me. This is interactive. Klara, Adalena here at the Love for Life Academy. If you want Valentine to actually be that special time of love, then that's a great choice, because the stars are standing in the right position. It's the right season. This is the season that most people join the dating apps. An influx of new people on the dating apps. Enjoy it. It's fresh. It's beautiful people there. And in yourself, that heart is starting to flow. The juices are starting to flow. It just as in the trees, it's the time of the year. And when you don't sabotage because you're afraid of getting your buttons pushed, well, if you learn to root deeper so that buttons can be pushed and yet you stay there strong and on course, then dating is such fun and you will attract an amazing man. And if you have questions about any part of this, do reach out, right? That's what I love doing, helping women get on track with love, because I know when you have love in your life, you will share even more with the world, and the world needs you. The world needs women who care about love desperately. Trees need it. Those same trees that we use as our metaphor, they need you right now. They're threatened. People are killing trees all over the world, in the tropics, but also in our own countries. So get back to love. Find that love. Reconnect to your desire. And if you need help in any place of this journey, reach out. You can even book a call with me, klaraadalena.com/apply. klaraadalena.com/apply. Hey, Nikki, Good to see you in the last moment, just finishing up here. Talking about trees, actually, Nikki. I know you love them too. So Valentine, the juices in the trees are starting to flow. Thank you, Nikki. Thumbs up to you. And be playing your drum recently, by the way. Beautiful as ever. If you have any questions about this, do reach out, klara@adalena.com/apply, and we can really talk about your situation and how you can start taking the right steps so that this time your desire for love is not frustrated, but you actually find the right man, and that when buttons get pushed, you just deal with it and you enjoy it. Nice to you too, Nikki. Thank you everyone for being here. klara@adalena.com/apply. Do reach out. I have had women who just listen to a live like this, reached out for help, and who are now in a happy relationship. Things make a difference. Yeah, listen whenever you have time, Nikki. Thank you everyone, and excited to speak to you again. My plan is actually, as we are leading up to Valentine, I need to get that ready, starting on the 1st of February, to do a few special editions to really go through the steps to prepare you for love, dating in the right way. Speaking about 5 or maybe 6 or maybe 7 essential shifts that you need to be making. So if you are interested in that series, come in my group. I will write it here in the comments. Maybe you're already in there, the art of a relationship you love. Find that group, ask to be let in. It is for successful women looking for a serious, happy, committed relationship. And there I will do this series, and it will be so powerful. It will be one of the most powerful things I did in an open format like here. Really sharing what is working for my women in my program now with a bigger audience as we lead up to Valentine. So get in that group, get yourself informed, get yourself in the right place, in the right energy, and let's get you moving. Thank you. Aloha. Meet soon.